Hey everyone, welcome to your weekly energy update and happy holidays as we have Christmas happening and also New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, all within the same energy of this week that we're looking at. And on top of all that, on December 29th, Mercury is going into retrograde. So we've been enjoying its pre-shadow as it builds up, but now the retrograde will be in full force. So it's not time to start new things. Consider it like the tide is coming in. If you try to launch anything, it'll capsize or it's going to take a lot of work for very little profit from it. So this is a time to reflect and to revise and just anything that has to do with the past coming forward. You might have people show up in your life that have been missing. And, it could be the revisiting of old memories and stuff coming in as well. So for this reading, we're going to be looking at, because Mercury is about communication too, we're going to ask what self-talk and communication around our worth, our life purpose, our career, what could be helpful to revisit during this time. So that's the energy we're going to be working with. We are, of course, going to have a reading for each individual zodiac sign, and we're going to jump into yours right now. All right, Pisces, this is your weekly energy update, and we are going to start off by pulling a card here from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. As always, any of the cards I use in a reading I do list in the description box down below. So if any of them catch your fancy and you'd like to check them out for yourself, you know how you can do that. All right, so for Pisces, what would you like them to know? What about self-talk, communication can be revisited for our benefit? All right, that's the one right here. And you've got the goose, the inner knowing. I like it. And it says, you are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way, so be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you're blessed. Let yourself fly. So we'll put that right there in the center, and let's see what else the goose brings in here. So geese are remarkable navigators and always find their way. They travel thousands of miles without worry. Geese make decisions based on what is best for the entire flock. And if a goose becomes injured, their mate or one of the flock remains behind to provide support until death or recovery. Such loyalty is rare. Geese bind themselves emotionally to their mate, to family, and the flock. And when they migrate, they naturally help one another by taking the lead in turns to conserve energy. Geese are not pushovers. They are very aggressive when protecting their young and their nest. And the camera cut off, which Mercury retrograde, of course, is all about wonderful equipment not working totally. So it's making itself known. So I will start back where it says, if goose is your totem, you will love the excitement of the journey and hear the calling of far-off lands. You will forge ahead with confidence and bravery. You are comfortable with change, adventure, and new horizons. Like goose, you will always have the comfort of family and community. There will always be enough because abundance is your birthright. And they have like 4 things that there's questions or statements that you can review if it so resonates with you. Number 1, are you on your own path, or is it a wild goose chase imposed by another? Are you feeling the call to move on or change direction? That was number 2. Number 3, have you been acting like a silly goose? Number 4, do not be distracted from your true course. So I really like this. So, we're talking about communication and self-talk, but also trusting your inner voice that, your instinct your intuitiveness, that gut that's telling you what to do and where to go, and really pay attention to that during this week. Also, I like how it's telling you to revisit and kind of look at, are you off track? Has your inner talk taken you because of fear of letting people down, taking you off of your true authentic path as well? So something to revisit during this time. We're also going to pull a card here from these Aboriginal Spirit Oracle and see what else they'd like to add into that. All right, so what else for Pisces, please? What else would you like for Pisces about this communication? All right. So they do want this top one here, which is illusions. Very Pisces. Intuitiveness is very Pisces. You guys have a natural instinct to connect to the higher realms. Can be very dreamy, almost too heavenly minded, where the earth seems so unreal that it feels like there's this illusion that's happening. And so I do like that. This is illusions, and we'll put this over here. And let's see what message comes with this one for you. It's so funny. This opened up to Mother Goddess, and I could have swore it said Mother Goose. So if that's for someone, if Mother Goose is brings back special memories, there you go. So it says illusions are true in different variations. The truth of a situation may not be your truth, but it is the truth for someone else, and this is what creates illusions. For things may not be what they seem, only what you understand them to be. Our illusions are not negative, provided you understand others may have different illusions, therefore everything can be subjective. No matter how clear something is for you, others may view it differently. Their views are based on their understanding of the situation and the perceptions they hold. Neither is wrong or right. It's simply your truth. I love it. We're talking about, are you staying on your true authentic path? This is like just reiterating here that others may have different ideas about what your life should be, and it might have taken you off course out of fear of not, meeting up to what they want you to be and losing their praise or getting punished from it. So the explanation of this card says, you may be thinking you are being deceived by a loved one or someone close to you. You're feeling like you are powerless in this matter. Jealousy and anger are tying you up in knots. So look closely at the situation as it is illusion. Look closely at who is actually pulling the strings. There is possibly a third person involved in this situation you have not considered. This third person may be the puppet master. So before assuming the worst, take some time to think the situation through and talk openly and honestly with others involved. Together, you will sort through these issues and resolve the matter that has been affecting your relationship. And when this matter is brought into the open, the third person will cease to have the power they once did. The problem will simply disappear. So this does talk about conflict, and again, with that fear of being drawn off course here, being led into a different direction that's not in alignment with your true self. That is where this conflict is happening. And you might find out that the third person involved might be your inner child, because they're the ones that have these fears and these beliefs that limit us, and we fear losing praise and we fear getting punished, so it will ignite alarms to take us off course and go into, call it the cat mind, which is hissing and attacking and hissing and running, or hissing and attacking and then running. But whatever conflict is rising, the third person involved usually is our ego, right? We have the other person's ego, our higher self, and then our human side of us that's rooted in fears. Let's take a look here too. We have the Return of Spirit deck. So we have the Spirit of Animals, the Aboriginal Spirit, and the Return of Spirit. So there was a big pull for Spirit Oracle in this reading for you today. I call these the spiritual inkblot tests because they're fractal imaging. And so whatever you see in the image when you first see it is the special message for you. And then I'll read from the book as well. All right. So let me just cover that up so you can see it without being influenced. Let's see if I could get a little closer there. And then it is called assistance. So we'll put this over here. And let's see what message comes in here for you. So we all need a little help at one point or another in our lives. So rest assured, help is on the way for you. There is a huge impouring of divine and angelic assistance coming to you now. And this card appears for you today to let you know that your need for help has been acknowledged. Whether you've directly asked for aid or not, the universe is stepping forward on your behalf. This assistance can come in many forms. Sometimes it comes in the form of another person. We do not necessarily have to know them personally for them to influence our lives. Through a series of divinely organized coincidences, a complete stranger can make their way into our personal world, providing the help we so greatly need. At other times, it may be our closest friends who lovingly step forward to assist us. However, we can also experience a sudden shift in circumstances, which occurs for no logical reason. And this can happen to certain individuals who we may be having difficulty with. Either something energetically shifts in them, or we suddenly understand how we are to deal with that person. No matter how it seems, it is spirit working in your life. So let this be fair warning. Help is coming. So don't do something silly such as say, no thank you, when help is offered to you. Do not let feelings of not being worthy or deserving get in the way. Do not allow your pride or need to be the giver interfere with this divine offering of assistance. You most certainly deserve it. So allow yourself to receive it. Just smile and say thank you. Just as this assistance comes to you, sometime soon Spirit will call on you to provide a loving hand of help to someone else. Wow. So I like this. There's this conflict that's happened in your life, and it talked about that a goose stays behind to help you until you are recovered. That's this assistance that's coming in. This illusion that you are alone, that or whatever conflict this is coming in, you're having this beautiful assistance coming in from Spirit to help you understand it. So trust that intuition, because those are nudges from your higher self and the spirit world that do help you through this. I love that. All right, and then we're going to pull from the good tarot here and see what their final messages are here for you. All right, so what else for Pisces, please? All right. Yeah, all right. All right, and then those three. Well, I love that you have the High Priestess come flying out here, because the High Priestess takes a step back, goes inward, connects upward to the higher realms behind the veil, and dives deep into their emotions. So you definitely, this is very much feeling like High Priestess energy, High Priestess journey, that you are ready to go on this little, we're all talking about turning inward and revisiting some old communication, some self-talk, some communication that's coming from Spirit. So, of course, with Mercury, the planet of communication, with you being Pisces and having that communication to Spirit that comes in so readily, this is definitely about communicating with Spirit and understanding those. You have the Six of Earth too, the Six of Pentacles, which is my codependency awareness card. And so I do see here that this codependency is what is being revisited and coming up here. The tendency to overgive and to feel that you have to give like 100 of something to deserve one back, or 1,000 of something to get one back. And it has to do with looking back over why you believe that you have to give so much to get so little. But this deservingness is coming in here. That's the illusion that you're overcoming, that conflict that shows up a lot, because you will overgive. You'll give and give and give until you're exhausted, and then continue to give until you're resentful. And you won't allow others to give to you, because that puts you in a place of weakness, a place of vulnerability, which you were taught not to do. So you don't allow them to give, and then they give to everyone else, which increases our resentment, right? So I love that this is being revisited, and this is part of the healing process, part of the transformation that comes in here. So I really, really like this. And then you have the King of Earth. Yeah. The King of Earth, King of Pentacles, rules over this area, the outside world, and your worth is related to the outside world as well. So there is this journey that the king goes on during his pentacle adventure. He goes through the entire suit. He realized when he defined himself by other people, by situations, and by things, that he felt unstable. And because all those things are unstable, relationships, people change or they pass away, right? Situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, catch on fire, stolen. So all that stuff is unstable. But that's all the stuff that we're taught early in our lives to define ourselves by. But here comes this clarity that's coming in here, this beautiful eventual disappointment enough in the outside world and feeling unstable. We turn inward and upward to that which is stable, which is the unconditional, eternal love of the creator of all things, of the spirit realm. We're getting all this assistance, right? And they're all telling you, you are loved, you are loved, you are loved. And I love that. So that becomes your foundation, something that never ends and something that you can't lose because it's unconditional. So this is the transformation. This is what helps you see things so much more clearly. Yeah. And then you have the magician, the divine masculine counterpart of the high priestess, really recognizing your power and that you have everything inside you that you need, and that this is that love. And then you become this conduit. They usually raise their wand to the sky, and that you become this conduit of that unconditional love. Now that you've discovered it, it comes down and fills you up and overflows out to the world. So I like that too. And then you have the Nine of Air. Yeah, this is the Nine of the Swords, which is normally called the Nightmare or Insomnia card. There's usually like someone sleeping with 9 swords above their bed, which is all the small t truths, those fears, those illusions of losing conditional love in the outside world. When we have all those expectations out there, we're constantly feeling this disappointment and investing so much energy in trying to maintain those, get other people to obey him as well. It's almost to the point of exhaustion, which I love that this is like them saying, this is what the illusion is. This is what you end up getting to release through this process. So know that you have support. Trust your inner voice. Reflect on what that voice has been telling you. And this reflection period allows you to go back to these expectations around that really out of balance exchange rate of 1,000 to 1, and you get to bring it to where you know and you realize that you are deserving, and it's more fitty instead of being so out of balance. So I love this for you, Pisces. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these videos, weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign, pick a card readings, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. When you go in there is an option for all. If you select it, 2 things happen. 1, you're notified immediately when new videos come out. But 2, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know. In addition to that, all those things also help spread the love, and it helps the channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, or subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I am ever, ever so grateful. And these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box of this video down below. Right, Pisces, as you go throughout this week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.